Welcome to Action Hill Media, the site and channel all about action. Life is boring. Get some more action into your life.
Out of the 7 deadly sins, gluttony, lust, greed, sorrow, wrath, sloth, pride, in my opinion, greed is the worst. Greed could lead to the other sins. If you're greedy, you can lust for better partners other than your own. If you're greedy, you could be sad and be sorrowful that you don't have enough money. You might exact revenge on those that have more money than you. You can become lazy from being rich. You can become prideful if you have more money. Greed is an insatiable appetite for more material gain, whether it be food, money, land, possessing objects, or social values such as status or power. If you've seen the movie Wall Street, Gordon Gekko famously says, "The point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed, for lack of a better word, is good." So, should you heed the words of a person that believes that one of the 7 deadly sins is good? Basically, greed stems from wanting more and more money. Money is important since you need it to survive in our present world. You need it to buy food, shelter, tools, transportation, all the things you need to survive, right? The problem arrives when you pass the subsistence level and that you still want more and more money since you're afflicted with greed, and you become willing to step on other people for financial gain. We live in a capitalistic society. The harder you work, hopefully the more money you make. This creates a problem right there. People want to take shortcuts. They don't want to work to get it. They want the easiest way to make more money. This is the problem of greed. Why work for more money when you can steal it or scam it from somebody weaker than you or less intelligent than you? Why work when you can make money gambling and win money? Why work when you can scam an old lady that doesn't know what she's doing into giving you her life savings? Our society has simply gotten too greedy. Now you have to pay hundreds of dollars to go see an NFL football game, right? Not only that, the tickets are like $300 to $400. And then when you go to park in the stadium, they hit you up for another $40, $50 for some parking fee. And then once you're in the stadium, they're charging you $17 for a beer. And shoot, you'll spend hundreds of dollars just on food and beverages once you're inside their place watching the game. This is greed, and we all suffer. Thanks StubHub for this. I'm telling you, 50 years from now, only rich people will be going to sporting events or concert events or Disney World. Corporations live by Gordon Gekko's words. The people at the top want their $10 million bonuses at the end of the year by gaining value in their stocks and by cheating their customers. So let's make candy bars smaller and charge the same price or higher prices. Customers won't notice. What are they going to do? I eat a nut bar like daily. I'm not telling the brand, but one day it was like an eighth smaller than what I was used to eating. And they charged more for it too. Shrinkflation at its best. Colleges are the most greedy. Give me a break. $80,000 and above to go to your college. That is just simply outrageous. This will eventually destroy future generations. After tuition, they have the nerve to charge for textbooks. They try to nickel and dime you after charging 80 grand. It's amazing how greedy they are. Colleges are even buying all the residential properties around the colleges so that if you live off campus, you're paying the same amount. Some colleges will only offer diplomas to students that have gone there for at least 3 years. So no more going to community colleges for 2 years and then switching over. You have to go there for 3 years to get the diploma. Man, it's disgusting. Please rip us off as much as possible. We love this, right? How about ambulance chasers? Lawyers get 33 to 40% of settlements. So if you get hit by a car and you get paralyzed for life, you're better off just killing yourself. Severe spinal cord injuries average about 1 million in settlements. You can't work for the rest of your life, and then you have to live off of $666,000 because a third of it you had to give away to your ambulance chasing lawyer. Why don't lawyers just charge an hourly rate and they'll still make a good living instead of just taking away from these poor victims of these accidents and living a life of misery so their lawyers can live in mansions and drive Lamborghinis. Rich people are usually categorized as greedy, but that's an unfair judgment since there are those that are very philanthropic. But from my experience, I would say some of the rich people I know are probably the cheapest. They are the ones least likely to give you a loan. But I don't understand why rich people are so greedy. Why do they want more and more money when they have all they need? Just so you can have an extra zero in your bank account to make that number bigger and bigger and bigger. But that's okay if you do it legitimately. But if you're a corporate pig, why shrink the candy bar or the yogurt container? Why take a third from a quadriplegic? Why keep charging $400 for a seat in a stadium? Greed. But the most despicable are the ones that turn to crime to satisfy their greed. People will lie, steal, cheat, and kill for money. Look at Pablo Escobar. He made millions selling drugs, getting people addicted, and he even blew up a plane full of innocent people. Then he had so much money, he had to bury it, like all over the country. He couldn't spend it, but because of greed, he wanted to keep it and bury it and not let anybody have it. And for what? He ended up getting killed by the police to end his life. What's the point? So what's so enticing about getting more and more money when we've had enough? It's like a bad addiction. That moment of euphoria that you want to experience over and over again, like winning a jackpot. Does anybody get sick and tired of winning a jackpot? No, fine with that. Again, if you make your money legitimately. But here's the thing, once you have enough money and you're rich, are you really any better than the person that doesn't have as much as you? Once you drive a Mercedes, it's not that much different from driving a Camry after a few years of driving that Benz. People buy expensive stuff for status symbols, but it's just plain stupid. You want people to respect you and love you? Don't flaunt your jewelry. Give back to the community. Instead of the euphoria from winning a jackpot, look for the next high in helping others less fortunate than you. Help a sick child, go to Disney World, feed a bunch of hungry, homeless people. I'm not gonna lie, I wish I was rich. Paying bills is stressful. I would love to get like a new gun or a really high-end thermal camera, maybe go on a nice vacation, but I'll never let greed get the best of me. Years ago, I tried my hand at owning a business. I had the obstacle gym, a kiddie fitness gym for in-between special needs kids. I failed, lost money, but I'm glad. Business wasn't cut out for me. I was valuing money over people. I lost free time Saturdays. It wasn't for me. I didn't like it and it was changing me. In fact, I don't even buy lottery tickets. First, it's impossible to win, but that's not the way to make money. I would feel like it was cheating if I made money by getting lucky. I prefer to work for my money, you know? And I mean it. I also believe in spending money when you have it. Why save money if you'll probably give it to your kids in an inheritance? Might as well spend it. I also dream of being so rich that I meet all my present needs and support my family, but also be able to help others. I dream of sending a kid with muscular dystrophy to Disney World with his family. I dream of doing something positive to help change the world with any extra money I have. That is the feeling of euphoria that I would like to experience. What I'm saying is, if you're rich, that's great. Enjoy it, make yourself happy. But if you have an abundance of it, then you can't even spend it in your lifetime. How about making a lot of people happy? People that really need it. That is the problem with greed. It prevents fortunate people with money to being really, really great, fortunate people with money that help to change the world for the better. Money makes the world go round, but it also makes it spin out of control. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed, for lack of a better word, is bad. Gordon Gekko, wrong message, bro. Peace. Action House Unite.